They're already planning for a crossover between these two.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today we'll be covering the first issue of a new run from Boom Studios that came out not far too long ago. I'm gonna hazard a guess, say like maybe 3 weeks ago to a month ago. But it is the first issue of VR Troopers for the new series, I guess, or whatever. But considering the fact that Boom Studios also does the Power Rangers one, I initially thought, well, they could do a crossover since they also do them. And then I started reading it, and yeah, it's gonna definitely happen in terms of them in the suits. So, without further delay, so our story starts off after an undisclosed amount of time, after they've already gotten their virtualizers, and establishes it not being part of the original TV show, as it already states that they're in Angel Grove, California, and it being early as hell in the morning, still dark as hell. I'm not tired. Dad said when I had a problem, I first needed to make sure I wasn't bleeding anywhere. If I was, I needed to fix it ASAP. If I wasn't, how bad could it really be? I'm not hungry, thirsty, injured, or in danger. I'm just alone. I mean, I've had problems. My mom split when I was little, and my dad died right before high school. My girlfriend? Ex-girlfriend? Valentina? That's beyond complicated. But Earth is an Eltarian colony. And while we've done pretty well, being part of a galactic empire attracts galactic problems. There are refugees here who've lost their whole planet to war. Traffickers who lure the unwary off-world. My name is Ryan Steele. I'm a VR trooper, the most elite human fighters on Earth. I've got the time, the training, and the tech to make the world a better place for all of us. Sometimes I just don't know how. Then again, sometimes life cuts you a break. As he stands in front of Angel Grove's Water and Power Company. Looks like someone's working off the clock. Trooper transform! Yeah. No actual, scene, just getting straight into it. Which is, well, it fits, considering it's a comic book, not a TV show. A little light crime stopping is just what I need to clear my head. And it's kind of weird how he just happened to be out and about right now, and it's just going on. Like I said, galactic colony, galactic problems. What are you? Awesome, Ryan. Way to use the element of surprise. Where did that thing go? This is starting to feel a lot more serious than just theft. Yeah. Gotta be quiet about this. And now we deal with Mr. Shadow, or whoever this is. Guys, I have a code red situation. I need you at my location now. Whoever this is kind of gives off Dr. Doom vibes, but not at the same time. And yet, I don't think that's fast enough. One chance, Trooper. Walk away. Sorry, but that's not in my vocabulary. As they begin to fight, it seems to be just one-sided, like really fast, as Ryan doesn't seem to be doing much to whoever this is. Goes on for a couple pages. It's kind of interesting how the first issue of a new run for VR Troopers, very little talking. That all you got? Don't feel too badly. I've been doing this a lot longer than you, as he slams Ryan square into the ground. And you're not the only one having a bad day. Dang, this jerk stuff. I'm not sure I can beat him alone. But I might not have to. As he fires on a piece of equipment. No! This is on you now, Ryan. Give me your virtualizer, or I end their lives. Okay. Great, now we've got hostages. Also, what? Wait. Was it actually discussed, like, name-wise? Okay, whatever. Might actually go into my theory. I gotta play for time. Let's just take it easy. As he demorphs, I'll do whatever you want. Good thing I'm the only one who can use my virtualizer. Maybe be able to destroy it, but they can't. Trooper, transform! Huh? Yeah. What? Laser Lance, command! Surrender now, or your reality is going to be a world of pain. So, you want to play dirty? I can as well. No! You okay, Ryan? Would have been better 5 minutes ago, but I got my virtualizer back. And I'll take that as a win. And now they're back at the VR Trooper HQ. Civilians were alive. Zarish. None of them had any memory of how they got to the power plant or who brought them. And they were all wearing Zictor brand VR goggles. Those are a common sleep aid for humans. Perhaps they were abducted while unconscious. That explains all the pajamas. The question remains, why would they have been taken? I requested the Altarian forces bring the device here. Any luck identifying it, JB? I examined the parts, but they're hard to identify. You losing your touch there, JB? I said it was difficult, not impossible. The components are almost all from Earth. My guess it was something like a teleportation device, but I can't call it one for sure. Should I send it to our science division? I doubt they'll find anything more, but if you must. You know, I think you're just as good as any Altarian scientist, JB. But if we don't find this person on our own, it's irresponsible to ignore possible help. Which leads us to our mystery figure. I was able to pull this from your visor and run it through several Altarian databases. Her mysterious figure's name is classified, but has been identified as a high-level security threat to both Earth and Eltar. Do we know what planet MF is from, at least? MF's from Earth, Caitlin, just not this Earth. And they're like, ooh, well, that's curious. Okay, go on. You have to understand, these are classified secrets. Not even most Altarians know this. The universe isn't just infinite in terms of space, but also variations. Other realities, other versions of Earth exist. 2 years ago, something crossed through the barrier between our realities. I believe this mystery guest is our reality figure, and the Altarian government would very much like to speak with MF. This is the threat the VR troopers were truly made to combat. And it's happening here because your father broke through that barrier first, Ryan. That's what killed him. What? And now we get our little bit of revelation. This isn't how I wanted to tell you, but we promised to investigate your father's death, and this is what we found. Tyler Steele and his colleagues were studying the reality barrier and attempting to pierce it, offering Earth access to another reality. This was done without Altarian government's knowledge or approval. The experiment failed. So kind of like the experiment from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds with Yusei Fudo's father. There were no survivors, but the basic premise was sound, and Eltar feared that someone in another reality might succeed when your father didn't. When exactly were you going to tell me? When you needed to know. And, well, now you do. Oh boy, this is a lot for him to grasp. Ryan, come back here. Let him go, he needs some space. We all do. As he goes, looks at his old stuff from his dad. The damage they cause is only going to get worse. Stopping that is the real problem I should be focusing on. You think Ryan's okay? Ryan's dad meant everything to him. Zarish keeping things like that, there's no way that doesn't hurt. And she didn't even tell him half of it. You're saying she knows more about our reality fugitive or that weird alien Ryan was chasing? She knows at least one thing she's not mentioning. Our virtualizers are key to each of our unique biosignatures. Yeah, but Zarish told us that on day one. It's why our mystery man couldn't access Ryan's armor. But that's the thing. MF almost did. Which means our mystery criminal is related to Ryan. And Ryan's still looking over his old stuff. I showed Zarish the footage. She would have noticed. So why didn't she say anything? Guess it wasn't something the Altarians thought we needed to know. Or something they don't want us to. I'm not bleeding, as far as I can tell. But I am so very tired of being kept in the dark by people who are supposed to care about me. Is that a problem? Yeah, so I have a theory about that, which most likely will be answered in the second issue coming out in August or very soon. But I will post that on its own in a few weeks. And anyways, next week we will be covering Sonic and DC issue number 4. But until next time, everybody, cheers!